An immigrant has been sentenced to 26 years in UK prison. You'll be shocked when you find out why this brother has been sentenced. Akin and Felicia moved to the United Kingdom in 2010. It was a love made from heaven. That was what a lot of people thought. Felicia has been described as bubbling, happy, good-looking person. They settled in Cardiff, where she was working as a hairdresser. This lady that started having crack in their relationship. When they were having crack in the relationship, Felicia decided to move out. She went to rent a one-room apartment where she was staying in Cardiff. The relationship was not over, but they were just living separately. Now, Akin started talking to another woman in their home country, and he told this woman that, look, I'm going to kill my wife. The woman said, don't do it, kill. That's serious. Don't do it. Despite plea from the woman, Akin said, okay, I listen to you. I'm not going to do anything. But deep down in his mind, he had made up his mind. Akin then went to Tesco. He purchased 4 knives. That day, he called Felicia, hey, babe, oh, I know we are separated, but just let's try work on our relationship. Meanwhile, Felicia was under some form of pressure from people back home. So, oh, try give your relationship a second time. The woman then said, okay. When she received Akin's call, she said, okay, let's come and talk at my flat. That was the biggest mistake that she made. You'll be shocked when you find out what happened to Felicia. Don't forget to like and share this video because someone can learn. She arrived in the home, and a moment later, Akin started attacking this woman out of nowhere. Felicia was initially shocked. Akin was stabbing her. She stabbed her in the chest, in the neck. The lady was shouting. Neighbors said they were hearing attack. They were hearing noise, but they couldn't work out what was happening. Akin immediately beat this woman to the point that this woman died from multiple stab wounds from Akin. And after that, Akin decided to, you know what? What am I going to do now that this woman is now deceased in my hand? Oh, I have an auntie. He then put a call through to his auntie, Miriam, who lives in London. Akin called auntie. Say, auntie, please, I need your help. I need your help. I've just killed somebody. The auntie said, what? Okay, what do you want me to do? He said, come to Cardiff. I don't have money. Don't worry. Get taxi. From London to Cardiff takes more than 4 hours. They paid for taxi to come there. Their plan was to make sure that they conceal all traces so that there will not be any traces of what happened to Felicia. They then decide to get bleach. They got bleach. They cleaned the whole place with bleach. And this murder happened in the conservatory. That was when they now said, okay, we need to look for somewhere to bury this woman. They prepared the body of this woman inside the house where the woman used to live, and then they dug a grave in the garden. They dug the grave in the garden. The spot that was once the garden pond, they then converted it to a grave, and Felicia's body was buried in the pit. And they used now flour and patio to make everything look like, oh, we've just done some renovation work, and the place now look like. Meanwhile, there's somebody lying there. Couldn't believe this. After that, they thought, oh, what's the next plan? Akin said, okay, I have Felicia's phone. Let me just text her employers and say, oh, Felicia is alive, but she's going back to their home country. He sent a message from Felicia's phone, told her employer, oh, this is Felicia texting. I'm tired. I don't want to work again. I'm going back to my own country. Not knowing that it's Akin that is using the phone to do that. After that, before Felicia went to see Akin, she told a friend that, look, me and my husband, we're trying to work on the relationship I'm going to see. When the people couldn't see Felicia again, that was when the friends, oh, she told me she was going to see her husband or ex-husband. She then reported that to the police. The police then swung into action. They declared this lady missing person, and they suspected that something was wrong. When they stopped Akin's car, they saw canister inside the car. This is not something that you use daylight. Then after that, they then say, oh, we could be dealing with something very, very serious. Now, that was when officer arrested Akin. When they arrested Akin, they discovered that Felicia's body was hidden in the garden, in the house where she and Akin used to live. That was where her body was discovered. Officer knew that this was something very, very serious. When Akin was arraigned and he went to court, his lawyer initially said, look, Akin had no clear motive for killing Felicia. It was due to mental health. That is why this happened. The defense said, no, you cannot say mental health. This man went to Tesco, bought 4 knives, not to kill chicken, but to kill human being. This was a premeditated killing, which the judge agreed with Felicia, with the prosecution team, that this was a premeditated killing. Akin later admitted murder when his plea for manslaughter was rejected. The prosecutor said this was a planned killing, that Akin planned it with the help of the sister who came all the way from London to Cardiff with the sole motive of concealing all trace and evidence of the killing. Akin was then found guilty and sentenced to life in prison. He must serve a minimum of 26 years. As for Felicia, she was given 5 years in prison, 5 years and 6 months. That is what she will serve for perversion of justice. And this is not an isolated case. Every week in the UK, every 3 days, one woman gets killed every 3 days in the UK. Around 2.5 women get killed in the UK due to domestic violence. This is the case of a Nigerian man who came to the UK with his wife on a care worker's visa and killed her with hammer in the house. This is the case of another man who killed his wife and manipulated their child. He was jailed for life. This is the case of another man who went to gym after killing the love of his life and blamed that he was hearing mysterious noise for that. What are the lessons that we can all learn from this story? Don't forget to give this video a like so other people can learn from it. Living a relationship can sometimes be high risk, but it's always good for you to tell somebody what was happening. If Felicia did not tell her friends what was going on, they would not have been able to discover her body. Also know that warning sign, when a man or woman raises their hand to start attacking you, they are not going to change. They're not going to say, oh, I am now born again, I'm not going to do it again. Once anybody crosses that line, you need to consider your option and walk away. It is better for you to walk away with your life intact than for you to have something bad happen to you. Also, having strong support from family and friends. Tell them, don't be afraid, don't be ashamed. If you are in an abusive relationship, tell someone, because that might be your source of strength. That might be one of the best decisions that you ever made. Seeking help or protection early can improve safety. That's very, very important. Also, know that community should take missing person seriously, which is very important. Greater awareness about domestic violence is very, very important. You can support what we are trying to do by liking this video, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so. What is your view? Do you think that justice has been done in this case? Or do you think that the sister who got only 5 years and 6 months, she deserves more? Let me know what your views are in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. You could be saving somebody's life who is experiencing domestic violence by sharing this video with them. I'll see you soon.